Broncos country! Welcome back to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast here on the Orange and Blue Network. Guys, we missed you. We've taken a couple of weeks off for our summer to have some fun with our families, but we are back. We are 1 week away from training camp. Oh, I'm losing it. And I am so excited. So guys, let's get down to business.
Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast.
What is up, Broncos country, and how are you doing, Orange and Blue crew? And welcome to the Elway Manning Day episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. You heard that right. It is Manning Day, 7/18. What's up? We love it, guys. I feel a little goofy, but I'm totally okay with it. Guys, welcome to Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast here on the Orange and Blue Network. My name is Johnny Baki. I am your host, and I am joined, as always, by my cousin, my partner in crime, my childhood best friend, Jay, the Dreamweaver Weaver.
Heidi, folks.
My God, dude, you dude, I give you that kind of build up, and you go full Ned Flanders right there.
Heidi, folks.
Heidi ho, neighbor.
I'm so excited. Dude, I'm so excited. We are literally like a week away from new helmets. Rookies are days away. But
Rookies are 2 days away. 2 days away from reporting, dude.
The season starts basically in like a week.
It's here.
We're in.
We're there.
Amazing. I can't believe it. It's flown by, but it's been an off season to fly by. It's been an off season to fly under the radar for us as
as Nuggets fans. Yeah.
We've had enough of our attention grabbed from other, championship ventures.
Yeah.
That it's nice to come back to a fresh slate and have drastic improvements to a product that, when we left it, was absolutely embarrassing. So
it was in shambles. But but here's the thing. And this is not me in any way saying you're wrong. It's still just improvements on paper, though. We haven't seen a damn thing yet. We don't know if what we are saying is improvements is actually improved. Now, there is no reason. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say that there is no reason. You're right. I am, but there is no reason to believe that it won't be improved. Everything on paper says that this team should be at least a playoff contender.
Absolutely.
But we said that. But again, just being cautiously optimistic. We did say that last season too. So, but I have more. I think we have more reason as Broncos fans, and I think you, Broncos country, will agree with me. We actually have more reason to be hopeful for that now. All right. We've already got some of our good buddies in the house. Avatar, as always, the first one in with the comment saying, "What's up, Broncos country and 2023 NBA champs, Nuggets Nation?" Oh man, dude, I'm still flying high on that. By the way, every single day, one of my coworkers is a diehard from Los Angeles Lakers fan, and every single day I see him, I go, "How about them Nuggets?" And we're a month. It's been a month, and I'm still flying high on that.
Just a quick little anecdote. There was a recent interview that got released by Bruce Brown. I don't know who he was with, but did you see what he said about the Lakers series with the Nuggets?
No.
Basically, the entire Nuggets team saw LeBron going into the third quarter on Game 3, and basically was like, "Oh, the King's done. Oh, this is over. Like the King is no more." They saw it before their eyes.
The King is dead. Long live the King.
Yes. And it just brought tears to my eyes. I was like, "Oh God,
I love it. Bruce. I love it, dude. I love it." No, and we will definitely get into a little bit of Nuggets talk as we always do during the show. We got our good buddy Ty Y Tunis, Ty Y, saying, "I'm here, guys. He wants to get back on the show sometime soon. We will make that happen." Says he will try to be back, and let's go Broncos and Cavaliers and Phillies and Flyers and North Carolina Tar Heels and Miami Hurricanes. And dude, I mean, if you just want to keep naming every sports franchise in the country, feel free.
We call that a spray and pray marketing campaign. I want everything.
Our good buddy D-Rock, Shadow Jacker, that guy. We got so many names for you. He says, "Let's effing go!" Above 500 is right above the horizon for us.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, my brother. Avatar coming back in saying, "My birthday's in a couple weeks." Well, we will definitely be toasting to you on your birthday. Believe it or not, I don't have beer tonight. I know. I'm making a impromptu trip to Colorado this week to see my family. For those that are new in here, I am originally Jay and I are both originally from the Denver area, but we both live elsewhere now. I myself reside near Nashville, Tennessee, and my cousin there, he resides in the cornfields of Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh.
Omaha. Anyway, that's the only. Yeah, I mean. That's the only claim to fame that you have is that Peyton Manning likes to scream it. But anyway, on your birthday, though, Avatar, I promise I will have my beer back and I will be toasting your birthday. All right. Now, new name in the chat. Good, a new friend. I've been talking to this gentleman quite a bit this afternoon. This is Kevin from the new podcast, How About Them Broncos?
Dude.
Says, "Who do y'all think is destined to have a breakout year this upcoming season?" My answer might shock you, but we'll get to it. So, Jay, why don't you go ahead and? Oh, sorry, I forgot to toast you. I usually have a beer for this, but I'll toast you with my delicious Dr. Pepper right here.
Hey.
Here's to you, Kev. Welcome to the Orange and Blue crew, my friend.
Hey. And by the way, as a connoisseur of icons for profile pics and such in the World Wide Web, I do really like your YouTube icon there.
Yeah,
Kevin.
His graphic design there is pretty freaking phenomenal.
Top notch.
I love it. All right, so Jay, why don't you go ahead and answer our new friend's question there? Who in your eyes has a breakout season for the Broncos?
So I think this is going to surprise some people as well.
Oh, it's probably my answer too.
No.
It's probably my answer. Go ahead, say it.
Greg Dulcich is going to take a massive step. Greg Dulcich, Pantene is going to make a massive difference in this offense with actual coaching behind him. Like,
did we actually decide that our name for him on this show is Pantene, or did we decide it was Herbal Essences? I can't remember which.
You know,
I want to say it was Pantene. I think we stuck with Pantene. We stuck with Pantene. I mean, either way, his hair, his flowing locks are just luxurious and delicious. Anyway.
He's going to be Russell's security blanket underneath. I'm super
Absolutely.
excited for what he has to bring.
And what we've seen, and we'll definitely talk more Sean Payton for this episode because, with camp coming up. But what we've seen with Sean Payton, he loves crossing routes. And that's, a lot of coaches don't because it puts their wide receivers at greater risk. But Sean Payton, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the kind of coach who don't give a damn about the risk. He's like, if it's going to win us the football game, we're going to go for it. That's the kind of coach he is. Now, I noticed that Shadowjacker just shadowjacked my answer to this question.
Ooh.
And so I'm gonna go ahead and say it before I put Shadowjacker's comment up. Are you ready for who I think has a random breakout season? Here we go. Mr. Marvin Mims, the rookie wide receiver.
Wow, Boomer Sooner.
Oh my gosh. Now, this is based off of several things. 1, 2 weeks ago, we had the one, the only Mr. Mike Kliss on this show. And it was an absolute blast talking to Mike Kliss. For those of you that missed it, you can catch it, in the reruns. But it was an absolutely phenomenal episode. We had a great interview. Mr. Mike Kliss was interviewed because he forgot about our show. He actually forgot he'd scheduled with us. He was in his car, out of a suit. It was weird. We saw Mike Kliss in a t-shirt for the first time in history, and it was on this show. Anyway, during his interview, I said I was excited about Marvin Mims, and the literal reply I got for that was, "You should be." Just like that. That right there from a guy who is around this team on an almost constant basis, the man who is credited for breaking more Denver Broncos news than any other member of the media. That is to include quite a few members that we are good friends with on this show. That man says that we should be excited about Mims. I'm inclined to listen. On top of it, I've been watching my Twitter constantly and the things that his teammates are saying about him, the things that he's a little bit slower than KJ Hamler, but he's a much more complete wide receiver. I honestly think he takes KJ Hamler's spot and has the breakout season. So there it is. There's the answer, Kev, from How About Them Broncos. He said, says, "Thanks guys," to our welcome to the crew. And then of course, D-Rock did say it may be Mims. So he agrees with me. He also says that Mike Kliss dressed down was weird.
That's what she said.
You know what? All right, so he asks, Kevin asks then, so if Mims breaks out, who gets moved? KJ Hamler. Honestly.
But if KJ Hamler had any value, he would have already been moved. He's already gravy.
Here's the thing. He just cannot listen. I have nothing against KJ. KJ, great person, great guy. I've spoken to him myself once, and he was a great, great person. And people I talk to who know him as well also say great person. My problem with KJ, he cannot stay healthy. It doesn't matter what he tries. It doesn't matter if you give him a whole off season or an off season and a half to get healthy. He gets hurt like that.
Dumb question, just for my own memory. Is this Lauren Landau's first year done, or is this his second year done?
No, it's his first year done.
Okay, That's what I thought.
Now, granted, it was not. It was everybody that wants to blame Lauren Landau for all of the Broncos' injury woes.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it's very unfortunate, but it wasn't Lauren Landau's fault. He was not. It was not actually his job to. He had it delegated to other people to make sure that
studies,
yes.
Yeah.
He oversees the program, but it wasn't just on him. Okay. Now, that being said, a change did need to be made. And unfortunately, shit rolls downhill. So when a change needs to be made, Lauren Landau was the first in that crew to go.
If we go through a whole regular season with way significantly less injuries, it's going to be a noticeable thing. Like we're going to talk about
palpable. It'll be fully palpable is what it will be. And so, I agree with, look, I love KJ and I wish him all the best in his future, but I do not think he stays a Bronco, and I do not think he's going to have the impact that they were hoping he would have when they drafted him. I think Marvin Mims can step in, who doesn't have a significant injury history at all. few minor tweaks in college. I think he had a slight hamstring strain once.
I think.
Yeah.
I think at some point, though, we are going to have to face the music of where is Tim Patrick in his recovery, and what value does he bring to this roster? Because if he is a redundancy at a cheaper price tag, then it's going to be Cortland or Patrick. It's not going to be both because they're the same player.
Yeah, I agree. And so, well, here's the thing. Me personally, I think Tim Patrick is better than Cortland Sutton. I have been I am a big Cortland Sutton fan, but I'm actually a bigger Tim Patrick fan than I am Cortland Sutton. And they're basically the same player in a lot of ways. And Timmy P, he costs less.
He does. And he blocks better.
Much better. So, continuing on, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping. Housekeeping. You want me for a pillow? Okay. And guys, please, if you have not already, like, subscribe, share, comment. Guys, we ain't asking for too much. It takes like 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up, to hit that subscribe button, to ring that little bell that lets you know when we go live so you don't miss anything.
And
guys,
totally redeem yourself.
Follow. Jump on over to Twitter and give us a follow. There's no reason not to. We are a good crew, and we are proud to be true, diehard orange and blue Broncos fans through and through. Through all the worst times, we will stand tall. All right, with our heads held high. That's what we do here, and we want you to do it with us. So please, like, subscribe, share, comment. But then I also want you to jump on over to the sponsor of today's show at W.GG. At W.GG, you're going to find the Jitterless Energy Blend. It is delicious. Guys, 7 different flavors, okay? Each scoop contains exactly 2 cups of coffee worth of caffeine. But the best part about it all, you guys, I love this about it. No calories, no sugar, no maltodextrin, no fillers, and no artificial colors. Guys, Dubby is how you get energy without the jitters, crash, and all that nasty crap that you do not want to be putting in your body. So, guys, Dubby.gg, get yourself the dub. Make sure you plug in code NRWOB10 at the checkout to get 10% off your order. NRWOB10 at checkout. 10% off. Dude, I mean, I can't even say enough good things about that Dubby. I love it, and I've been using it every day at work. I actually left my jar on my desk. That's why I don't have it here right now. But go ahead and do it. And speaking of getting yourself the dub, Mr. Weaver, would you please share with us how they can look like the one that got the dub?
Dude, I was peering over this here merch store. And we've got a lot of categories. We've got a lot of knickknacks, panty wax, give dogs bones. We do have pet supplies in here. But I am so ready for football season, and more importantly, sweater season, hoodie season, campfires, flannel, pumpkin spice, all the good stuff coming. All right, I'm ready for it all. These hoodies, I didn't know we had such cool hoodies. These
dude, our hoodies are awesome, man.
Yeah. We even got this like super trendy one that's like if you notice the
strings
are on the side. Yeah, they're on the side there. And the strings look really cool with the leather and all that. I mean, that's a pretty upscale, hoodie looking thing there. So I like that. And then you know what? If you just want to josh it and just sit on the couch, you got the plain Jane sweats right here. Combo with the the pants.
The pants?
I'm sure the pants stretch. So here we go. Ready for fall.
Oh, I love it. Ready for fall. Guys, the link to the merch store is in the bio below, so make sure you jump on down there, get you some swag, show the world that you are a proud member of the Orange and Blue crew. We got a few more in the house that have joined us. We got our buddy Bob Skinner, Skinny Bob. He says, hell yeah, Orange and Blue for life. We've also got our buddy Bronco Rob saying, Jay sounds like a basic white chick. Love you guys.
OMG, Rob.
I mean, for
OMG.
cereal. But anyway, no. And you know what? We are both proud, basic, and white. Okay, I
hell
love my
yeah.
pumpkin spice.
Oh yeah,
I won't even pretend I don't.
I'm ready.
Because me too, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna go out and get as much like pumpkin spice. I go out and I buy like 5 of the pumpkin spice creamer for coffee, and I freeze like 4 of them so that I have them for the next few months.
Yeah.
You know, like
Basically,
I'm not
I
even
just
gonna lie.
It's one grocery cart full of pumpkin. We got your pumpkin donuts, your coffees, your creamers, your family-sized Cheerios. Right when
Snack
those
cakes.
Cheerios come out, oh my god! Yeah.
Oh yeah, the snack cakes. I mean, what?
Mhm.
There, no shame in our game, none whatsoever. You guys, we absolutely love that stuff. So hey, let's get back into Broncos talk.
Mhm.
Shalln't we?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So,
We
Johnny-
got go ahead.
No, I didn't know. I want to give a perspective because we've had some off times here this off season. I found myself the other day on my buddy's boat, just out in the middle of a lake. We were just chilling. He's a season ticket holder for the Chiefs, and he was giving me
Yuck.
some perspective on
Okay.
Sean Payton and how he was just really upset and really disgusted that a coach like Sean Payton would come into the division. He's like, man, we all laughed when Josh McDaniels came in. We were like, awesome, this is great. We all know the Chargers are going to be charging. I mean,
Chargers gonna Charger.
yeah, they're going to do that, right? So when you have a rival in division look over the street and say, ah, shit. He basically said it is like how y'all felt, I'm sure, when Andy Reid was hired.
You damn right.
He knew he's a Hall of Fame coach, and he's not going to jack this up.
No,
And that's
he's
what
not.
Sean Payton, that's what everyone sees Sean Payton as, is a successful coach, successful culture, successful
Brilliant mind.
coaching tree. Brilliant. Someone that you can count on that, like, that's a sure thing. Like, that we know that the floor is very high in that. Like, we're not going to fall on our face.
He's as proven a commodity as you can get.
Absolutely. And that is the exact same thing that the Chiefs bought in Andy Reid.
Yep, and
extremely high floor.
And look what it has done for the Chiefs.
Yep.
Let's be honest. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and he helps. But who truly brought that team back to relevancy is Andy Reid.
Absolutely.
He brought the Chiefs out of the suck hole that was decades of sucking, and literally brought them to what, 3 world championships?
Yep.
I mean, no, 2.
And
They got 2. No,
They have
yeah,
two.
sorry, I don't know. Bad.
Yep.
2. But still, unbelievable. That's what he does. And that's what
and-
Sean Payton does for the Broncos.
100%. And for the people that want to say, well, it probably wouldn't be the same thing if they didn't have the best quarterback in the game. I saw the play creation, the play formation, everything that the Chiefs are with Alex Smith. And it was damn near the same result. So I don't want to hear the riffraff of
No.
the separation between Mahomes and Andy Reid. Andy Reid is what makes that team churn.
It's just like Sean Payton. Let's look at it this way. All right, let's take a step back for a second. You have Drew Brees. He's been in the league for a few years on the Chargers. And what is he
Good
doing?
quarterback.
He is floundering.
Yeah,
He is floundering
it's
to
all
the
right.
point that the Chargers are like, we don't want to keep him. We don't want him here anymore. And what happens is Sean Payton goes, I'll take him. Come over here. Come to New Orleans. Come to Nolans. Come hang out with me.
Yep.
Drew Brees goes there. Short quarterback, by the way, as far as quarterbacks go, much like Mr. Russell Wilson. So, Broncos, let's ride. You heard me. I'm not ashamed. And he says, hey, come on over here. And he turns a guy who was floundering in his previous franchise into a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback and Super Bowl champion.
He did it.
We've already got a guy on this at our quarterback position who's already a Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion who just needed a little bit of help to get back, to relevancy. And if there's anybody that can do it, it is Sean Payton. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Yeah. It is just, we get caught up in our own telescope.
We get caught up in our own perspective of the nuts and bolts of the team we live and breathe. And I just find it always interesting to find, and much like this show, this is a great platform to hear the perspective of other people's fan bases, other people outside of Bronco country.
Which is very much why we brought our good friend Matt Overton on about a month and a half ago. He's a Tennessee Titans fan. Not an in-division rival, but still a guy, at least a conference rival, and one who, he has no love for the Denver Broncos, none whatsoever. And he straight up sat here and he told us everything that he thought about the Sean Payton signing, just like your friend did on a boat this weekend. He's on a boat. I had to.
It's true.
Just like your friend, your Kansas City Chiefs friend did on a boat.
It's big. It's all good news. It's all good news.
Right now it is.
And but the difference is that it's been quiet. It's been quiet this all off season, which is a great thing. But that's how successful things happen, is quietly under the media.
No, that's what Sean Payton does. Listen, our last coach was a very look at me, everybody kind of guy. I think Wilson. I mean, he's the kind of guy that would run onto. I think honestly, if he wasn't a head coach in the NFL, might get drunk and streak an NFL field. That's Nathaniel Hackett. All right, and everything was open. There was no secrets. You knew everything that was about to happen, and then look what happened. And then Sean Payton's the kind of guy that's like, we're not going to talk. Nobody's talking. We'll talk. We'll talk as much as we are contractually obligated to do so. Otherwise, you get nothing. Quit asking me questions. I'm not going to answer them. You will see the product on the field come August.
So Johnny, here's a great pivot point in this discussion of training camp on the horizon. On the horizon.
You're getting sassy there, Jay. You get a little bit sassy there, cuz on the horizon.
P-I-S-E-D, piced. I am piced right now. All right. So, have you heard the whole fiasco of Ticketmaster and sales to the in-person training camp, and how this is completely going to destroy any sort of training camp culture? And the tinfoil hat of Sean Payton is good.
No distractions.
I don't want any cameras. I don't want any reporters. I don't want any public. I don't want anyone. We don't need any of that. And that's basically what his mantra is thus far. Won't let poor Mike Klis live tweet during practice.
He will during training camp, but still, there's so much that Sean Payton's going to bring to this, and we're going to talk a little bit more about training camp expectations. Going back to our comment stream to talk to some of our friends here. Absolutely. We've got Shadow asking, am I the only one that wants to see the Las Vegas Traders in last place this season? Burn, Roomba, burn. I still think it looks more like a toilet bowl than a Roomba, personally, but that's just because I think that they're shitty. Anyway.
It's terrible.
And Kevin answers him with a yes, but I just want to make sure the Raiders don't end up in position to draft Caleb Williams. Well, I mean, I can agree with you there. I can agree. I would not want to see Caleb Williams come into this division, and I would not want to see him on the team I despise the most in the Raiders. However, I still believe as long as Josh McDaniels is the head man on that team, it doesn't matter who they draft, doesn't matter who they get, they are going to burn. Plain and simple. Because that's Josh. I agree. Caleb Williams cannot go to the Raiders. I know, but
McDaniels is a quarterback guy.
You're right. He's a quarterback guy. Guess who else was a quarterback guy? Nathaniel freaking Hackett. Okay.
True.
Look, Josh McDaniels is still Josh McDaniels. Outside of the quarterback position, he sucks. Okay?
True. You're not wrong there.
But D-Rock agrees. Caleb Williams cannot go to the Raiders. You know what? I still want to see them last in the division. I always want that, though. I'm going to be honest with you, Jay. You know me. Who of all the teams in our division that honestly, I don't care about the Chargers. Who really does? And then we obviously despise the Chiefs and we despise the Raiders. But me personally, I've always despised the Raiders so much more than I despise the Chiefs.
See, I've been a geographical Chief hater I just hate red in general. So like I understand maybe your viewpoint. Anything red, I just
It's a red flag, huh? 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 I did it! Oh my God, he did it! He did it!
But cereal. Caleb Williams cannot go to the Raiders. D-Rock's 100% right on that because Devontae Adams, at the end of the day, is still probably the most talented wide receiver in the NFL. It doesn't matter if he has a jackass for a coach or not. He still is him. And I mean, if Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't their quarterback, it's basically, Matt Castle at starting quarterback, essentially, for the Raiders. That's what we're trying to trot out. And if that gets replaced by, like, a quarterback that's worth anything, then we should be a little fearful of that team, honestly.
Okay, I mean, I'll give it to you. I don't want Caleb Williams to go to the Raiders, but I also still want them to be last in the division.
Absolutely.
Although, how funny would it be if the Chiefs were the last in the division just somehow?
Dude, I might sacrifice
a small goat.
If we go 500 and maybe barely make the playoffs, but like the Chiefs win 2 games.
I mean, who sold their soul to the devil? I'm just saying. Bronco Rob says Chargers fans don't even care about the Chargers. How right you are, my friend.
Hear, hear.
Kev comes back in with a good point. Hackett is a fluke. Didn't he say that Aaron was going to take control of the offense? Yeah, he did. But I mean, I'm just saying. But I the point that I'm making is that even before he was with Aaron Rodgers, Nathaniel Hackett was the guy who made Blake Bortles into a playoff winning quarterback. Okay, like he is a quarterback guy. I mean, aside from Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. So he just like Josh. Yeah. Just like Josh McDaniels, he sucks at everything else.
He does.
I mean, we saw it. We saw the product. All right, so let's talk a little bit. We'll get back to training camp. Let's go on to some awards that were given out this week. I think pretty cool to shout out some of our Colorado athletes that were given some great honors at the ESPN Awards, the ESPYs, this last week. How cool is that? ESPN Awards, for those that don't know, are literally awards given to to athletes, professional athletes, as voted on by coaches, players, and administration from all major sports franchises in the world. And at the ESPYs, we'll go Nuggets first. All right, we'll give it to the Nuggets. We had 2 players walk away with very prestigious awards at the ESPYs, one of which just covers the NBA. The other one literally covers all of professional sports. So Mr. Nikola Jokic, the champ, the MVP, walks away with best player in the NBA. What is up? Is there really a question? And anybody who doubts it, you obviously haven't been paying attention. Yeah. Second, all right, and this is the one I'm talking about that is kind of, in my opinion, as much as I love Joker getting best NBA player, I think that the award given to this next gentleman was far more prestigious. And that is the Comeback Player of the Year award given, and that's in all of professional sports, not just one sport. All professional sports, the Comeback Player of the Year was given to Mr. Jamal freaking Murray.
Dude.
How excited were you to see that, Jay?
So deserving. I can't put into words how much I have paid attention to Jamal's journey. I am such a Jamal Murray guy. I can't even overstate it. His injury was much like Pookie's here.
Very much, yeah.
Like Pookie's. And that's why.
Which, real quick, to pause you for just a second. Speaking of Javonte Williams, another huge shout out to our new friend Kevin and his new show, How About Them Broncos? His latest episode where he talks about Javonte Williams. Great episode. Great listen. Jump on over, give our friend a subscribe at How About Them Broncos and check that out. It was a great show.
But I mean, it's a bad injury. It is an injury where
it's about as bad as you can get.
And the the physical aspect of it is one thing, but it's a mental thing. And Jamal Murray's biggest hurdle was a mental hurdle. And for him to come back in a mental way, the way he had, and be so poised throughout the entire playoffs, he should have been
The
Western
entire
Conference
season,
MVP.
but yeah. Oh, I
He
agree.
should have been the MVP of the Western Conference, hands down.
Against the Lakers, absolutely. I remember I said that after it was given to Joker. I said
You did. That's
I-
Murray's.
I think that that Joker deserves MVP for the season. I
Sure.
believe, and he definitely deserved Finals MVP.
Yep.
But the one that saved the Western Conference Finals for the Nuggets was Jamal Murray.
Yes.
He should have had MVP for that for sure.
He is the most underrated point guard in the NBA still.
Even as a champ who has broken records now.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
But he'll get his day.
He'll get his
come.
day.
He's not done. He's not
Every
done
dog
yet.
has it, right? Every dog has
Yeah.
theirs. All right. So last but not least, from the ESPYs, this one, of course, pertaining to our Denver Broncos. Mr. Pat Surtain II, PS2, walking away with best cornerback in the NFL. I mean, I think that actually came as a shock to a lot of sports media. But I mean, let's be honest, Broncos country, were we surprised? Not in the least.
It's the Sauce Gardner hype is just that. If he didn't play in New York, it wouldn't be the hype that he got. PS2 has outperformed him in every instance when they have covered mutual wide receivers. There was a whole comparison
Side by
chart
side,
I
yeah.
saw. Correct. Of the covering the same wide receivers, PS2 just dominates him.
That's because quarterbacks literally won't throw his direction. If he's
yeah.
on that side of the field, the ball doesn't go that way.
Yep. Again, time will tell.
Now,
PS2 is, what a perfect time to wear this jersey.
oh, the champ
Clearly.
is
Clearly.
here.
and he is. PS2 is the closest next thing to Champ Bailey.
Champ Bailey.
It really is. And he has the demeanor. He has the leadership. He has the intangibles of Champ Bailey.
And he just has the hunger.
He's everything that Champ was and everything Champ can be. Or everything, like...
He has the
PS2 can be
potential to be everything.
Yes.
He has the potential to be everything that Champ was.
Which was an all-decade player, mind you. Like, Champ Bailey was
if
it.
not all time. If not all time.
Was it.
All decade for sure, but I would actually say if not all time.
Yeah.
I mean, let's
it
be
was
honest.
him and Dion. Him and Dion were the two cornerbacks that were shut down quarterbacks.
Shut down everybody. A couple more in the chat here. Just going back to our earlier conversation. Shadow saying he's from LA and he hates the Raiders. Raider hater, bona fide Raider hater. I don't know why I say that with the Tennessee accent, but every time even since childhood, whenever I said Raider hater, I had to say it in like this thick hick accent. I'm a bona fide Raider hater.
Well,
but
it is so weird that there are so many Raider fans everywhere. It's like a cult, and they've never done anything. Like at least in multiple generations here. Nothing.
No,
but there's so many fans.
They really do.
So
They
many
have
fans.
them. They're everywhere. I see them all the time, and I look and I give them a look, and I even have one. And of course, some of them are just nasty. No offense to the good ones out there, because there are. We even have fans of this show who are actually Raiders fans that are friends. That they're good ones, but they're ones I'll run into in public, and I'll look at them, and they'll be like, "What?" And I'll hold up like my lanyard or point at my cap or something, and be like, And then they just get nasty. They're like, "Oh yeah, well, and they start talking smack, like dirty trash. Like, I don't mind talking smack, but you ain't got to get personal. You ain't got to make it filthy. You know what I mean? Like, but either way,
they muck it up.
Yeah, they do. They really do. But Bob comes in, Skinny Bob comes in saying he hates KC the most. This 15-0 shit is old.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I can't stand the snarkness of Chief fans. Like, Raider fans are aggressive. The Raider fans are who they are. Win or lose, they don't change much.
Boys, roll up.
Chief fans, though, are the most snooty, condescending. They think they've been here for all time. And they are slow to forget that they were the bottom dweller of the league for like years. Forever.
That's very nice.
So, Pat Mahomes, take him out. Take Andy Reid out, which is relatively very, soon here. Would it last like 6 years? 7 years?
Look, it's not built to last, and it won't. And then last, I do want to give honorable mention to a good friend of this show. Been on this show. We've interviewed him and hung out with him. I've got some pictures with him and hanging out. He actually sat next to me while I got a massage and talked to me. That was pretty cool. Is Mr. Justin Simmons gets number 3 safety.
Yeah, I saw that.
He also, by the way, is the number 3 safety according to Madden's stats for this year.
That as well.
So, big honorable mention to our good friend Jay Sims. We love you, brother, and hope to get you back on the show soon.
Always underrated, man. I mean,
way underrated. Look, if you wear orange, listen, let's be honest. If you wear orange and blue, you're gonna be underrated. It's how it's always been.
Yeah.
Okay. How often, really? Let's be honest. Have we been considered the favorite before it happened? Before it happened, never.
Non-Peyton Manning years.
Okay, fine. Non-Peyton Manning years.
And I would
even
say
when Elway was here.
Elway was. You're right. Elway was classified in the same thing as like just brushed aside.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, how much? How many points were we the underdog to win Super Bowl 32 against the reigning Green Bay Packers at that time? We were like they were like 8 point. They were like almost 10-point favorites to win.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm just saying
11 or something like that. But yeah, I mean, we were definitely not supposed to win that game. At all.
So let's see here. So that's our good. That's a shout out to our good friend Justin Simmons, who's well deserved of it. I still believe he has the potential to eclipse the others and be named number 1 safety in the NFL. But you know what? A Denver Broncos backfield that contains the number 3 safety in the NFL and the number 1 cornerback in the NFL. Oh, it's so delicious.
Yeah, dude, our secondary is stacked, and we've got young guys too. When you talk about Caden Stearns, that
speaking of hopeful, I'm still working out the details, but the interview with Caden Stearns, hopefully coming up in the next couple months.
I got big expectations for him. Like
me too.
He's gonna make waves, and I think there's big stuff to come for the secondary. The secondary is one of the best in the league.
Yeah,
young and up and coming,
big time. Kevin coming back in saying he agrees. He's excited to see Jerry Jeudy light up Sauce Gardner when we play the Jets this year.
I think it's a loss.
Yeah, I know you do. I forgot that you had that game down as a loss, but I don't. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you there, Kev. I don't know if you have it as a win. But because you did say on your show you have not yet done your season prediction episode of your show.
Which we'll go do a review someday here.
Look at that! You've got the printout of our review right there. Look at you, man! You so ready? Are you so ready?
I've got game by game here, so I mean, if
we went through it. We went through it. Now, Kevin then says Chiefs fans who can't name the starting quarterback before Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes are hilarious.
Exactly.
That's because they were fair weather fans, brother. Plain and simple.
That's what this entire region of the country is. Fair weather fans. I mean,
it's true.
Everywhere you can see, just Yankee fans, Cowboy fans, Laker fans,
and now the Vegas Golden Knights. They've got fans everywhere all of a sudden, and I'm like, what? Speaking of, really quick, I do want to say this. We have a couple of outside the Broncos news snippets. Sorry, I had to say it. I hadn't said it in a long time. Kevin, you're new here. Every time I say the word snippets, I have to scream it. I don't know why. It's just a fun thing. I'm so serious. But anyway, couple of outside the Broncos. In fact, about a few of them outside of the NFL news, right? The NBA has now approved 2 expansion teams.
Oh yeah.
Seattle will be getting a pro team again.
Thank God.
For the first time since 2008, when the Seattle Supersonics were moved to Oklahoma City to become the OKC Thunder. And so I'm pretty sure. I mean, Jay, what do you think the odds are that they'll be called the Seattle Supersonics again?
100%. That's already been approved. That's already.
I'm
already
pretty
done.
I'm pretty sure fans would have it no other way.
Yep.
And then Las Vegas goes from having 0 professional teams to 3 professional teams within a 8-year window.
Got that degenerate money.
Money. But the Las Vegas will have their own NBA team coming up here soon. And then the other little bit of news, because we had talked about this individual and people been screaming about it to us. Oh my God, can we please go get him? DeAndre Hopkins is no longer available. Free agent fans. He is officially signing with the Tennessee Titans.
I feel bad for him.
I do
You know
too.
why? You know why? Because he signed a contract that was incentive laced with a quarterback like
Ryan
Tannehill
Tannehill.
and Malik Willis. Good luck getting your incentives, bud.
So, all right. Moving on back to the Broncos now, where we can get back to real Broncos news. Training camp is coming, so let's talk about some of our players. This is a really good place to put this. D-Rock coming in. I'm excited to see the honorable mentions of the breakouts of Drew Sanders, and Riley Moss. You got mossed. Well, let's talk about some of these George Payton draft picks. Because, as we all know, in Peyton we trust.
Dude, Sanders. Let's start with him. I'm super excited for him because I'm just excited for Amy Sanders in Colorado right now. But it's
I'm
also in my squeamish position of need for the Broncos.
I am the
that
smartest man
linebacker.
alive!
That linebacker spot that I've been gnawing for a long time of some sort of something. Do something different. Jonas Griffith, obviously not the answer. Insert Sanders. I'm excited about that.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Drew Sanders breaks out like we hope and we think he will. Who do they pair him with? Is it Alex Singleton or what do we do there?
It's Josie. Josie.
You really?
Yeah, because he's got green dot. He's not losing a green dot. That holds, I think, a lot of weight aside from the physical abilities that he may bring. Who are you giving green dot to? Alex Singleton? I don't think so. I think Alex has proven he is a great fill in the gap, fill in the hole. He's not a future plan, but he was an incredible value for what we got. He is a Latavius Murray. You get to build your franchise around Latavius Murray? Of course not. But he was absolutely overperforming his contract, and he did great. Sign me up another year. But I'm not, basing things around him. I don't know. That's my 2 cents, I guess, inside linebacker. But, Johnny, are you frozen in the time warp of the World Wide Web? Maybe. It may be. It looks as if. But Riley Moss got mossed. I'm actually very excited for a Caucasian defensive back.
No. Say it right, Jay. Say it right. The only Caucasian defensive back.
He's going to be fun,
by the
think.
way.
He's gritty.
Very gritty. Sorry about that, you guys. I know I probably having abhorrent weather in Tennessee here today. And so my internet decided to conk out for a second. But I'm with you. I think Drew Sanders breaks out. And then Riley Moss, very excited. I am very excited about what Jerry Jeudy was saying about him. Like that when Jerry Jeudy steps up and says that rookie can cover me.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yep. And
Jerry
that's
Jeudy
it.
comes out with a quote and literally says that rookie covered me.
And it's
That
in
is
short
scary.
yardage. He was referring to short yardage. So that is agility. That's not like just dart speed, which a lot of cornerbacks have. But like Riley Moss has that quick little.
He's got a twitch.
him.
He's got that
Yeah,
twitch.
Twitch. That's the word. Yes, he's got twitch.
Yeah, I like it. I can't wait to see him moss people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's honestly that's what Chris Harris Jr. was when he first came out of Kansas. He was the inside guy that had just a ridiculous hip switch. His hips, he could just turn on
They're
a
fluid.
dime.
They're fluid.
Yeah, could turn on a dime. He dominated as a slot corner. And so if
Yes.
Riley Moss can replicate that trajectory of a career, oh hell yeah.
I'm very excited about it. We did get asked another question here. What's our opinion? This is by Kevin. What is our opinion about the halfback situation in the NFL? I think the halfback. Well, here's the thing. I was a halfback. that was my position. So I think they're. I would say I almost said a your mom joke, but then I realized your mom is my aunt and that she watches this show, and so I probably shouldn't. Okay, we're done, guys. That's our show. Oh, that's our show. We're out of here. We're done. Just kidding. No, I think the halfback position is the most underrated position, except maybe center in the NFL. I think there's not enough value put on the position anymore. I think that if the halfback position was able to be rolled into the NFL better, the NFL as a whole would be much better off. Unfortunately, they've been phasing that position out for so many years now that it's almost irrelevant. You've got like 5 guys in the NFL that are successful halfbacks, and that's it. So that's my position on it.
Well, here's my 2 cents on that. I think that's a collective bargaining issue, and I think eventually what's going to need to happen is the weight of rookie contracts needs to be swayed to the manner of the longevity of the average of that position, so that your rookie contract is not based upon just your draft slot. If you're a quarterback, your minimum rookie salary in a longevity of your career should actually be lesser than it would be for, say, a fullback, because a fullback shelf life is going to be like half of a quarterback's in a potential sense. So in my eyes, the beginning salary that they get as a rookie should reflect that. And so I think a lot of the money aspect of running backs and the halfback situation, it could be rectified in an early sense of their contracts, so that you're not getting these running backs holding out after their rookie contracts because they got paid nothing and got their bodies beat the hell up. And so now they're saying, well, I'm not going to continue this for nothing. I mean, there's no leverage then because they are already beat up and they got nothing for it. So if they start getting beat up and getting good money, then at least they're getting something for their average career, as opposed to just never getting paid.
I like it. Another question here from Kev. He says, what if Denver moves Frank Clark to defensive end and starts Randy Gregory at outside linebacker? That could help our pass rush. I'm still just so iffy on Randy Gregory right now, brother. I'm almost.
Who's setting the line there? That the running defense would be super bad in that scenario.
Yeah, well, I mean, who sets the edge? Who sets the edge? Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody. Because Frank Clark ain't that.
Oh God, no. He can bring you great interior pressure, but setting the line on the edge scares me. Not with Frankie Boy.
We misjudged the most from that.
And the kind of comes down to D-Rock says it right here. Nick Benito needs to hit a buffet.
Yeah.
In other words, bulk up, mother effer. We need you to set the edge. Okay.
What's that? Is that Shane Ray or Nick Benito?
That's funny. He says that as I look up at my Shane Ray jersey on the ceiling. Oh, too soon. I know. I legit still have my Shane Ray jersey. I was so excited when we drafted him. As a University of Missouri alumni myself, I was very excited when we got him. And unfortunately, I was disappointed. Just as everyone was. Sorry, I need a second.
He's playing in the Canadian League still.
I know. So is Philip Lindsay. So. No. Oh, did I get you with that one there, Jay? I'm sorry.
I got my Buffalo stuff. Like, that's my other wall.
No, I know, right? Speaking of, let's talk real quick. Going into training camp, we got a little bit of a snippet of Russ today. Doing some throwing and moving, pocket movements and practice on the University of Colorado football field.
Oh man.
I wish we could have seen Coach Prime out there with him while he was doing that. That'd have been the greatest thing ever. But still, I liked what I saw. Dude, he has leaned out and bulked the hell up. That dude is going. I mean, he's stacked this year. Yeah. Last year we got to see Fat Russ. Yeah. This year he looks like bodybuilder Russ.
It's night and day. It's like not even a comparable.
He's moving with more strength and more more deliberate movements. Is that a good way to put it? His movements look so much more like I felt like even last season, a lot of the comments I saw on the video today on Twitter, a lot of people were saying, yeah, we saw the same thing last year. You know what? You're right. In a way we did. But if you watch his footwork, see, that's where my focus is while watching that video. I watched his footwork. Last season, his footwork looked kind of choppy. It was not very smooth. It was not very deliberate. The video I watched when I was watching that video today, his footwork looked like he knew exactly where he wanted to step every single step before he even stepped. It was very fluid. It was very deliberate, and it was very. It looked very like a machine.
So let me put another thing here out to this.
Put out another thing.
Friend of the show, Mario, woke Mario,
Mr. Mario Vitanzi. Incidentally, the guy who was giving me the massage when Justin Simmons sat there and talked with me for 45 minutes.
He put out a very interesting Twitter discussion a couple days ago about who do we envision being the Taysom Hill guy in this playbook? Because inevitably there's going to be a Taysom Hill package. It's just who's going to play Taysom Hill. And we all went down the people we wanted, the people we thought could form into that profile or that, that thing. And I mean, I gave the hot answer of Laviska Shenault because my still, dream is to have Laviska Shenault represent the Broncos someday. And I think he'd be perfect, but that's neither here nor there.
Jay, not every Buffalo grows up to be a Bronco. Okay.
Well, I guess. But this is a true thing here. So Taysom Hill and what his skill set is and what Sean Payton developed him to be is basically what Russell Wilson was for his first 3-4 years in the league, which is why Russell Wilson is, wait for it, the number 3 top rushing quarterback in NFL history, only behind Michael Vick and Cam Newton. Those are the only 2 quarterbacks that have rushed for more yards in NFL history. Russell Wilson, number 3.
I love it.
Russell Wilson's Taysom Hill on steroids.
Yeah.
He could do so much more. So, I'm personally, and this is a whole different thing that I wanted to announce. We're working on some fantasy football things behind the scenes. But, for anyone that plays fantasy football, Russell Wilson is going to be running the ball at least the first half of the season because Javonte Williams ain't going to be a reliable source. And I'm sorry.
Not, I mean, he could be, but we don't know if he's going to be.
Samaje Perine's great on his own, but there is going to be a fold of trickery in this first half that involves Russell Wilson's new athleticism.
I'm excited. I love it.
And do not forget the stat I threw out of the number 3 of all time. That's going to come back this year.
Jay, you've gone like Diary of a Mad Black Woman on me this entire episode. You have gotten so sassy this whole episode, like between and like smacking the table. And I swear I'm waiting for you to throw in the snaps. Like, so sassy.
It happened. I have opinions, John.
Yeah, opinions. All right. So I'm very excited about it. I want to answer Kev's question here. Russell Wilson's stat line predictions for the season. I'm going to be honest with you, Kev. I'm not going to answer that on this episode because I want to go. I do love stats, but I want to deep dive it before I give that answer. I want to go back and look at who Russell Wilson, the Russell Wilson stat lines every season leading up to last season. I want to look at the debauchery that was his stat line last season. And then I want to kind of take a look at the new system a little bit, as much as we can tell, and then I will have a prediction for you. Does that sound all right with you, brother? I just don't want to give an answer that I'm going to regret.
Well, I'll give him a couple snippets.
Snippets.
I'm not going to give you an exact stat line, but I'll give you some bullet points.
Okay.
So he's going to have a better than 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio this year, which means that he is going to be far more efficient than he was last year.
Wow,
I think that is
Hey, Mr. Wilson!
coaching right out of the gate is going to get that going. Just coaching.
I got you. I like it. So yeah, Kev, next week's episode, I will have done a little bit more of a deep dive and I'll have an answer on my prediction for stat line. Does that sound fair? I like to do my research and I haven't really done a stat line. I honestly, of all the things I've researched this offseason, stat lines on Russell Wilson hasn't been one of them really. So I want to do my research and then I will get back to you with my answer. And now Bob Skinner coming in saying his money's on 33. So he thinks Pookie's going to be, the man. And I'm hoping, I want him to be. Oh my gosh, I love Pookie. But I'm also just kind of, knowing what I know from my medical background, from my background in medicine about the injury that he sustained. That is Jay, you talked about the mental aspect of coming back from that injury. But for me, it's the physical aspect. Okay. We're talking about an injury. You said the same one. You said it about Jamal Murray, the same injury. Tore ACL and LCL. I mean, literally both in the same knee. And how long was he out? He was out for a season and a half. Okay.
Yeah, 2 years, basically.
Basically 2 years. And Javonte's coming back after only
11 months?
11 months?
It makes no sense.
That scares the shit out of me because
it doesn't make
knowing that injury, I had soldiers who had injuries similar that ended that ended their soldier career. I've seen these things. They do not heal fast. And that's why I'm scared for him, is because he says he's ready. They say he's ready. And he very well may be. I mean, maybe they went in there and squirted some Miracle Grow on his ligaments and did something crazy that, I've never heard of, some kind of injection or, a white blood cell bath or something. I don't know. But just knowing that injury, the severity it was, an 11-month return, it just scares me so much that I'm not willing to put all my eggs in that basket.
Which is why I've continued to predict and continued to pound the table for that there is another running back signing coming. Whether it's Kareem Hunt, I know it's not Dalvin Cook. I know that's done and that's gone. But
all right,
someone else is out there that is not on this team yet. Because there is no way we're going into the season with Samaje Perine, and that's it, basically.
I like what D-Rock is saying here. It echoes what I was saying. Tar Heel Pookie has to take it slow. Bring in playoff Lenny. All right. I mean, hey, whatever it takes. Last couple, we're already over our hour, so we're going to start to roll it back here, guys. But I do want to throw this out there. Shadow says Kenny G. Dulcich had 400 plus receiving yards last season. He's predicting 900 plus this season. Love the prediction. I'm gonna give it a hot take. The hot take horn. But I don't think it's a hot take.
That's my biggest swing right there. That is a swing player of like, yeah, we all know Jerry Jeudy's going to have a good year. Yeah, we know that there's going to be improvement in the offense. But like Greg Dulcich in the confounds of Sean Payton, where think about Sean Payton. Jimmy Graham was made by Sean Payton. Jimmy Graham was nothing without Sean Payton. If you recall Jimmy Graham's career after New Orleans.
Wait, he had a career after New Orleans?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying. Look, and Bob's comes in, and the last thing from Bob right here says he is ready if he thinks he is. Again, I hear that, but I still can't say that that's accurate. You know, I've seen guys come back and say, I'm ready, coach, I'm ready, or I'm ready to do this, or I'm ready to do that, who haven't been ready yet, and boom, they weren't ready. They wanted it so bad that they were willing to risk it, and when they did, it went badly. I'm not saying he can't. Is this your buddy?
It is my buddy. This is my buddy on the boat.
This is your buddy, your Mahomie? This is your Mahomie on the boat?
Yes, the Mahomie on the boat. So he, he can reflect upon the perspective he had.
Hey Jay, how about we do the right thing here and welcome your Mahomie to the Orange and Blue crew? Welcome, my friend. It's good to see you. Yes. Why don't you give us a subscribe there, Synergy, if you haven't already? Yeah? Huh?
Synergy LLC for all of your fake supplies and needs.
Oh, you're never going on his boat again, huh? All right. He says cheers. All right. Thank you, brother. So, now we got the last question. This is the last one I'm going to answer tonight because I got crotch goblins to put to bed. So, Mr. Kev, our new friend of How About Them Broncos, which, by the way, awesome interaction from the newest fan of this show, and a new friend that we go check out his podcast. Again, I'm going to remind you guys, go check out How About Them Broncos. It's worth it. It's awesome. He says, final question from me. What do y'all think about the new helmets Denver will be releasing for this upcoming season? Jay?
You want to go first? Or
No, you go.
Oh. All right. I think Demar Leach has his work cut out for us. I think we've been, itching at the bit for something for a long time. So, I'm literally still wearing the same jersey design as when we were children. And I know there's some franchises where that's okay because it's a timeless design. But, this design here is not timeless. It's
dated.
2000s, wow, clip art. Whoa! So
hey, how dare you mock my clip art? But anyway,
we're ready for something different. And
now granted, I don't know about you. I have not seen any leaks as to what the helmet's going to look like.
I saw Boggins do a couple things that.
But those are just concepts by our good friend Marcus.
That's basically what it's gonna be.
Me personally, everybody knows. Anybody who knows me, who has watched this show for any given amount of time over the past how long have we been running now, Jay? 2-3 years?
I don't know, dude. I don't even know my name. It's a letter.
Okay. I see what you did there. I have been a strong proponent to bring back a form of the Denver D. With I've wanted it, I've needed it. I would give my left nut for it. I'd give my nut for the D.
I personally. So what's happening is what we're gonna have this, but it's gonna be all white instead of the baby blue. And that's what's gonna come. That's what the release is, the 25th.
See, me personally, I don't like the white. I want it to be the navy. I want the dark blue, but with the Denver D.
Ooh, see, you want just Color Rush. That's what Color Rush is.
Yeah, basically. I wish that I have wished for a long time that they would just make the Color Rush helmet our permanent helmet.
No, not for me.
No.
I don't want the dark. I want the blue. I want the light, the original, like
the powder blue, the baby blue.
Yeah.
The Neil Smith I cannot believe I was coming to the team that was powder blue, and then
Yes.
Thank God they gave me an update before I put on my first jersey.
Dude,
But-
the Nuggets checked out of their baby blues, and the Broncos need to check in.
I do want to point out one thing to you though, Jay. How many Super Bowls did we win wearing baby blue?
But really,
how many did we appear in versus how many did we win?
is how many Super Bowls will we win with this?
Okay. Yeah, way to try to flip the script there, but you still haven't answered my question. How many Super Bowl appearances versus how many won wearing baby blue?
John Elway is crying somewhere. It's your fault.
Well, now that I've made Mr. Elway cry on Elway Manning Day, happy Elway Manning Day!
It's Elway Manning Day, and you made him cry. That's super, inconsiderate.
You're a monster.
Damn it, Johnny!
I love it.
Winter Soldiers all white. So
Waiting for the Winter Soldiers all white. Oh, dear God. All right, guys. Hey, you know what? We got to get out of here. I have children to put to sleep. I can hear them screaming down there, and their mother's probably ready to slit my throat if I don't get down there to help. So, guys, thank you for joining us for another awesome episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Comment. Guys, it takes 5 seconds to do each thing. Like, subscribe, share. It's not hard. Please help us out. Let's make this the biggest, most awesome Broncos family possible. Make sure you check back in with us this next coming Tuesday. I will warn you in advance. I will be absolutely exhausted and probably completely fueled by caffeine for that show because I will be flying back from Denver to Nashville at about midnight the night before and going to work the next morning. So I will be absolutely exhausted next show, but we're going to have fun with it anyway because it's going to be Training Camp Week!
And I'll be on location, actually, Johnny. I'll be in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I would clap for that if Fort Wayne, Indiana warranted be clapping. I'm just messing with you.
Exactly.
But we're going to have fun, though, guys. So make sure you catch up with us this next Tuesday. Thank you for joining us for another fun episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast here on the Orange and Blue Network. Make sure you catch up with us this next week, this next episode, because it's training camp week, baby. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us. But before we get out of here, please get your arms out with me as wide as they'll go and give me a big mile high five. Woo! We love you, Broncos country. We love you, Orange and Blue crew. Thank you for joining us. We will catch you next week. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
Do it.
Let's ride. Are you still dancing?